TimeBank believes in a banking future with more for every entrepreneur. Start paying less and getting more. With TimeBank, you've got this.
Welcome to Small Business E-volution. I'm Nontobeko. We are joined by Lungisa Matsoba, CTO and co-founder of Yoco, a mobile payments and software company that offers small businesses in South Africa an easy way to accept card payments. We also have business writer and tech enthusiast Mudiwa Gavaza, and in today's episode, we are going to discuss technologies available that business owners can use to thrive in the e-commerce space. Gentlemen, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. Lungisa, let me just start off with you first. Yoco was one of the first to disrupt the point of sale industry in South Africa. Can you just briefly give us the journey in setting up the Yoco company itself? How was it for you and your partner, business partner?
The initial idea came from seeing Square in the US. So one of my co-founders, Katlego, saw Square in the US. And then he assembled myself, Bradley and Carl together. And really the idea was, can we use technology to make payments easier for small business? Because the problem we saw in South Africa was that we had a market where there were a ton of cards. So at that stage, 70% of adults had a card, but fewer than 30% of businesses could accept a card at that stage. So it felt like a very clear problem, and it just needed a simple solution that was targeted at SMEs to solve.
Lungisa, what are some of the features that can be found within the card payment machine itself?
First of all, they allow you to accept card payments, which is obviously great for small business owners. We also give small business owners the ability to track their sales, so they can add products to the point of sale through our app. And when they're making a sale, instead of entering an amount like 5 Rand or 10 Rand, they can actually select the product that they're selling, so that when they later go view their reports, they can actually see exactly how much of each product's been selling in their business. And if they add their staff members, they can see which staff members making which kind of sales across their business. And that's just focusing on the card machines. We also offer products in the online sales space as well, and a product called Payment Link that allows you to send a link out to someone who's not standing in front of you, so they can pay you via SMS, WhatsApp, or email. And then lastly, we have a capital product that works together with our card machines to offer you lending based on how well your business is doing.
Mudiwa, I just want to bring you into the conversation in just your perspective on, have we now moved finally into a cashless society?
I think in a short word, no. Simply because I think Bank of Africa, which is the automated clearance house that sits between the big banks and actually moves, the payments between the banks, they have an interesting stat because they have a fight. I won't call it a fight, but they call it a fight against cash, where they're trying to increase digital payments in South Africa. And according to their statistics, South Africa is still, despite all the cards that we use, despite all the e-commerce platforms and the like, or the POS machines, despite all of that that's happening, they still say that in South Africa, the majority of transactions are still being done on a cash basis.
Looking at what Lungisa just said now on Yoco itself, obviously it needs to pair up with a good device in order for the process to work out efficiently. What are some of the devices from a technological point of view that are in trend right now that small business owners can really look into?
There's a lot of different categories, that we speak about when it comes to some of the devices that are being used. Some people actually have it as a full terminal, like a big desktop-looking thing. But when you think about the realities of the South African economy, the mobile type of devices that Yoco and others are offering, it's a better fit, right? Because you're dealing with a lot of your small businesses, people that are mobile. You can't be lugging this thing around. Think about the realities of of load shedding, you need things that are battery powered and the like.
Yes,
so in the South African context, what tends to be practical is 3 classes of devices, right? So you've got your POS machines, you can do vouchers, you can do ticketing, you can do airtime, electricity, all of this stuff, that's available there. Then the second piece, I like the fact that he brought up Square. One of the things that Square was able to do was to integrate those small devices that allow you to maybe accept a card payment using your smartphone or a tablet, right? But the third one is the reality of South Africa is affordability when it comes to smartphones and tablets and all that would not have made a proposition like the one that Square has be able to be taken up by the majority of small businesses in South Africa. So having dedicated POS machines works better within the South African context because you still have that huge affordability gap. As long as it's mobile, as long as you can offer a range of products on it and it's battery powered, you should be good.
Just before we even started the episode, we were just talking about cross-border payments in terms of POS machines being able to accommodate that. Lungisa, I would also like you to jump in this as well in terms of what are the plans for Yoco in the future? Are you looking into incorporating this as well?
Yeah, so I think one of the interesting things with our first payment type being card is that it's probably one of the highest used mechanisms for cross-border in a way, is that you're able to accept payments from people from another country. I think the next step from us is to now extend that and ask ourselves how we can do more of that. But I would probably say that given the amount of international card volume that we do today as well, we're already playing a role in cross-border payments. It's just not the same as what I'd call the remittance market per se.
What would be some of the challenges in having to move towards cross-border payments?
Well, in South Africa, once again, I need to come back to Banks of Africa because they've been really working on this. They have something that's they call IRPP. That is it should be Rapid Payments Plan. And it just has to do with, it has a number of different facets, but 2 of the key ones is firstly, just between, one bank to another in South Africa. It can take a while to clear, if let's say FNB to Nedbank, if you're not paying that extra fee to immediately clear, it takes 1 or 2 business days to do cross-banking payments, and they want to reduce that time greatly where it happens within a matter of minutes. In the same way, transactions across the border, tend to take a long time. You're paying for something, overseas, or you just want to deposit money into a bank account in Zimbabwe, Malawi, the UK, wherever it is, those things tend to take a bit of time, and they're now working. They actually have some prototypes that they've been working on, and recently they've been making a lot of progress. I think PayShap, I don't know how they pronounce that word, is a platform that they recently brought on board to increase some of those rapid payments. And the next piece of the puzzle is to say they also need to make the same progress when it comes to a consumer platform for what you call this, a consumer platform for cross-border payments. They've already done a proof of concept. They were able to send money between borders very quickly. Now you have to make it a consumer platform so that it becomes easy for people with their normal bank accounts to make these payments.
There's so much to unpack, gentlemen, but surely you will be back so that we just dissect even further. But thank you so much for joining us and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much.
That was CTO and co-founder of Yoco, Lungisa Matsoba, and business writer and tech enthusiast Mudiwa Gavaza.
TimeBank believes in a banking future with more for every entrepreneur. Start paying less and getting more. With TimeBank, you've got this.